I would say a couple times a year, max, I come across one of these hidden gems on a streaming service. I'm searching around, I'm looking at suggested films or series that are related to the type of things I like. And recently I found this film called Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel. And I'm so glad that I found it. Much like these other hidden gems that I find, it's usually completely random. That the title grabs me, or the cover art grabs me, something grabs me, and more often than not, it is a science fiction film to do with parallel universes or time travel. You can look back on the channel and see these little hidden gems like the movie 41. I don't know. There's a ton of them. That's the one that comes to mind right now. But just these movies that catch me off guard, and I end up really enjoying. A lot of times, lower budget films, but just with an interesting premise that gets me to watch it. And then once I do, it does enough that I feel like I have to talk about it. And that is Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel. This is a 2009 film. I had never heard of it. I think it's a BBC Films production, along with someone else. I can't remember the other production company. But it stars a mostly British cast. I think there is one or two American members of the cast. One of them is Anna Faris. And that was one of the things that right away, like, I like Anna Faris, but you have to know that Anna Faris is mostly in comedic films. And so that made me question whether or not this was going to be straight up science fiction, or if it was going to be like a parody. Who knows? I mean, she's in all the scary movie films. You don't know how silly it might get. Were they going to take it seriously at all? I didn't know. But I gave it a shot. And I really enjoyed it. It surprised the hell out of me. It's not... I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's a top 10 time travel film. But it's really damn good, and it just does things subtly. It's not huge. Like I said, low budget, very simple set design. The plot is... The story is very small. It all pretty much takes place in or around this pub. And these three friends go out, and they're having some drinks. And they're, the lovable loser types that they're in a lot of films, right? Three lovable losers, nerdy types. One of them is very into science fiction films, and they get to talking and busting each other's balls about stuff. And at one point, one of the guys runs into this girl, and it's played by Anna Faris. And she claims that she is a time traveler from the future, and that she just had to stop by and say hello because he was such a big celebrity in the future, and she just had to say hi while she was there. Now, naturally, he thinks his friends put her up to this. This is a complete joke. They're always making fun of him for loving science fiction and time travel, etc. And, he kind of blows her off. Shortly thereafter, one of the other members of the group goes to the bathroom and returns to the bar to find everyone in the bar dead, including himself. He sees a version of himself dead on the floor. And then the movie spins out of control. I don't want to give anything else away, but it was done so well with so little. Like I said, low budget, very small cast, and just a short-scoped story. Like, it really does all take place in and around this pub, but it does so much. Every time these guys go into the bathroom and come back out, it is a different period in time. And, sometimes it's the future, sometimes it's back in the past, sometimes it's only a couple hours later than they were, sometimes it's hundreds of years later. It's so much fun. And you know what really got me about this is that I was trying to figure out what it is that I liked about it, because I'll be honest, it took me about 20 minutes to get sucked into this film. The first 20 minutes, I was about to stop watching it. So if you're feeling the same way, just give it a few more minutes, because it really does suck you in. And yeah, I was kind of bored with it at first. I'm like, okay, kind of a little bit of irreverent comedy, buddy comedy film. But they do bring in some serious stuff as well. It's not just a straight up played for laughs thing. It's the thing that really pulled me in is that it reminded me of something that my friends and I would come up with. Like this, we would never write it into a script or anything like that. It would just be something we were sitting around at the bar talking about, or sitting around our houses talking about, like, oh man, what if this, and then what if that, and then what if, and then that's what it felt like. It felt like something that would come out of my brain or my friends' brains, or a collective a collective story that we would create, and nothing would ever come of it. But some awesome person decided to turn probably random ideas like that, sitting around with their friends, into a fun little story about time travel. And I absolutely think you should give it a shot. If you haven't heard of this film, go search it out. Like I said, it's on HBO Max right now. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't even know, I'll be honest with you, I didn't do any research on it. I don't know who the cast is other than Anna Faris. But man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not a big cast. It's not going to pull you in with the cast. And like I said, it's going to take you 20 minutes to get into the film, but once you're in there, you want to see how it plays out. You want to see what's going to happen next. And it will keep you watching it to the very end and guessing till the very end. But yes, thoroughly enjoyed this. Frequently asked questions about time travel. I'm glad I took a chance on it, much like a lot of these other obscure films that I check out. I love mainstream films. I'm a huge Marvel nerd. I love superhero films. I love time travel films, action films. I'm a huge movie nerd. But I love finding these little hidden gems that I've not heard anyone else talk about, and being able to share those with people. So absolutely go check out Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel. As I said, you can find it on HBO Max. It's a 2009 film. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you've seen this film, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. Maybe you think it's a complete piece of trash. Maybe I'm way off in your opinion. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Or if you go watch it at my suggestion, then come back and let me know what you think. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share it. All that good stuff. And if you like things like this, where I talk about entertainment, pop culture, and the like, then subscribe to the channel, because that's pretty much what I do here. It's mostly just entertainment and pop culture, and I try to do it daily. So if that's something that you can get into, please subscribe to the channel, or you can go favorite or follow the podcast, Daily BS, wherever it is that you listen to podcasts. All the same stuff, it's just an audio version of the YouTube channel. So yes, subscribe for more, and if you do decide to stick around and subscribe, then I will talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.